The trailer for David Bruckner's new Hellraiser film has finally dropped 3 weeks before its release. Really, Hulu? Let's get into it.
Well, sometimes that is better.
Hey everybody, what's up? Killjoy Jake here, and instead of having friends, I have horror movies. Today we're talking a little bit about Hulu Hellraiser, David Bruckner Hellraiser, whatever the heck you want to call this thing. I am so excited to talk about the trailer that has just dropped today, as well as this brand new poster. But before we get into that, I'm going to need y'all to like this video and subscribe for more horror content. Why was that so hard for me to say? Or else a bunch of ethereal chains will grab onto your skin and rip your soul apart. So getting into breaking down this trailer, there's a lot of things we need to unpack here and, well, kind of solve, because the lament configuration is looking way different than it used to. I believe we have Brandon Flynn's character here trying to solve the lament configuration for Goran Visnik? Is that how you pronounce that last name? Maybe, I'm probably close. For his character, who, as we learned from a previous update, is this like wealthy billionaire Jeff Bezos type character. Obviously, he can't solve the box himself or he'll get ripped into a million pieces, so you have this guy doing it instead. I'm assuming opening kill would be my guess. And just like with most people who open up the lament configuration, it doesn't really end too well for this guy. We also get to see some blood get sucked into the old puzzle box, which I think is kind of cool. It's dope that they're playing around with like the actual lament configuration. It looks like it can do different things this time around. It's always been pretty mysterious, but now it's even getting crazier. Now, I'm assuming Brandon Flynn's character at the beginning of this trailer, I think it's Brandon Flynn, not to be confused with Drew Starkey, who's also in this movie, who not gonna lie, they kind of have the same face. It's hard to distinguish between the two of them. But we have Odessa Azion here playing our lead final girl character, who is essentially looking for her brother who has disappeared. So I'm assuming that it's her. This is Brandon Flynn's character from the beginning, who has disappeared and probably got ripped into pieces in this opening scene. That leads her probably here, which is a shot from the trailer, which is probably the estate where all of this shit is going on. It looks like the setting here, or wherever this whole movie is going to be taking place, is also going to be a puzzle of its own. It's very reminiscent of 13 Ghosts, which is also kind of a banging movie. We see Odessa Azion kind of walking around here. There's all these weird like corridors and secret doors and shit. It's pretty cool. We get this shot later on where Odessa Azion gives us this little voice line talking about how there's 6 different forms of this, just like how there's 6 different sides of the cube. As you can see in this picture right here, it appears that all 6 different versions of it do something different, which is kind of fascinating to me. This, of course, isn't entirely different from some of the forms we've seen from the past. Like, as you can see at the very bottom here, it says the Leviathan shape of the lament configuration, something we saw in the second movie in particular, is where I remember it from at least. That is pretty cool. I wonder if these different forms will like show us different pathways into this other dimension where the Cenobites are from. I don't know. We're gonna have to find out in this movie. It seems pretty dope though. And then we get some of the coolest shit from the trailer, which is all of the Cenobites. This picture right here is kind of dark. You can't see it all that well, but this is the Mask spelled with a Q-U, which I think is kind of strange. I talk a little more about that entity in this video up here, as well as a new take on Chatterer, which looks fucking dope. He's always been one of my favorite Cenobites, so I'm glad they got him back. And then there's also this one, which is probably the scariest out of all of them. This shot nearly made me piss my pants. I mean, Jesus Christ. Imagine that thing chasing you up to your front door when you're taking out the trash at night. Ugh, God. Then we also get a very cool shot of Jamie Clayton as the Hell Priest, as well as some voice work from her that I think is pretty fucking dope. I've said this before, but I'll say it again. I really appreciate that this new Hellraiser is kind of its own thing, taking the franchise in a different direction, because like we did 8 movies with Doug Bradley, and I would say like what, fucking 5 of those are not great. And then the last 2 movies also kind of tried to take it in a new direction, but looked so low budget they were unwatchable. Not that a low budget is a bad thing, but if you don't know what you're doing with it, it can be. But with David Bruckner as a seasoned director behind this new movie, and also some amazing performers at hand here, I really think this movie's gonna be badass. I'm just glad they're finally marketing this movie. Like, it's 3 weeks away and they're just now starting to really market it. I mean, I guess we got that little teaser trailer that revealed what the title card's gonna look like, but like, come on, I need a little more than that. I am desperately in need of another good Hellraiser movie, and hopefully David Bruckner has done that here. I can't wait to rewatch all of these movies too, to rank all of them. That's gonna be a fucking tough time. But what do you guys think about Hulu's Hellraiser? Are you excited for this film or not really? Leave me something about it in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching this brand new video on the 11th installment in the Hellraiser franchise. Yes, I said 11. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more horror content in the future. Also, if you want to support this page further, you can support me on Patreon or become a channel member by clicking that join button on my page. Thank you guys so much for watching again, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.